thick, disinterested, power crazy. There is no way on God's green earth, whether it's Andy Burnham or the Lord God himself, that they will win in 3 years, because they've completely, as the Tories did, they've alienated.
So the Labour government has spent months dismissing millions of ordinary British people as far-right thugs, people who pay their taxes, work hard, follow the rules, and when those same people try to be heard, when they march, when they protest, ignored, smeared. And now, watch as one of their own accidentally admits what they've actually been doing, writing off entire swathes of the country because they don't fit the approved narrative. This is what's actually being said right now in the corridors of power.
In the F word, fairness, and saying, I'm not racist, I'm not bigoted, I'm not far right, I just want, you know, I live my life correctly, I pay my taxes, I do what's right, and this movement, this hatred, this everything, right, is against everything I believe in. My voice should be heard. Starmer and his lot and the mainstream press ignore these people to their peril, I would suggest.
Absolutely. And Starmer has not roundly condemned these marches. They've gone on frequently, week after week after week, with the genocidal chants, the hatred towards Jews being spewed out onto the streets of London, and very little has been done about it. But, you see, there is a price to all of this. Starmer is paying the price because he is going to lose his prime ministership. That's the price he's paid. He has alienated millions upon millions of people. Many, of course, I suspect, will have voted for him at the last general election by calling them far-right thugs, hate-filled people, and they're not. They're decent, hard-working, alarm clock Briton, talk audience, grafting people who take great exception to being smeared as something they're not by the Prime Minister. And that is why he is very soon going to lose his job.
If you've been listening or watching this morning, what comes next is even more frightening, because we have this self-appointed king of the north who thinks he can waltz Andy Burnham into Makerfield, this constituency. He can't talk about anything local. He's been outed at the weekend for being somebody who wants to leave the EU. And I was crying out when he was doing his speech, give me something that will change. Tell me the police will have more powers. We'll do something about stabbings. We'll do something about crime. We'll do something about the fact that you can walk into something on camera and nick 200 quid and no bugger does anything. But nothing, just they stick up, it seems to me, and I could be wrong and I'll probably get into trouble, they stick up for seemingly anybody who doesn't have this country's best interests at heart, make excuses for them, and all the while, and you are dead right, ignoring hard grafting people who just want a bit of fairness and a fair crack of the whip, and Judgment Day comes to that. And I don't know whether these Labour politicians are thick, disinterested, power crazy. There is no way on God's green earth, whether it's Andy Burnham or the Lord God himself, that they will win in 3 years, because they've completely, as the Tories did, they've alienated.
There it is. In plain English, hard-working people are being called thugs and hate-mongers for daring to have concerns. And the response from Labour? Silence. Or worse, dismissal. Here's what else we know. Starmer promised action on crime, on stabbings, on the chaos on our streets. Hasn't delivered. Pro-Palestine marches have gone on for months with documented antisemitic incidents, and his response has been ambiguous at best. And now they're shocked that millions of people feel abandoned by their own government. You don't alienate an entire electorate and expect to stay in power. So either Labour understands this and doesn't care, or they're completely disconnected from what ordinary people actually want. Which one is scarier? Let me know in the comments.